It's the 3x5 guy here. A couple of words on the Trump coronation, 'cause, face it, that's what it is. As an American, what is the first thing you think of when you hear the word tyranny? If you're anything like me, you think of Britain's King George III and his oppression of the American colonies. I am currently reading a recent biography of Samuel Adams. One can't help but be awestruck by the dedication and persistence that the revolutionaries demonstrated in overthrowing the rule of a tyrant. And here we are dishonoring their heroic efforts by willingly surrendering our hard-won independence to another tyrant. That flushing sound you hear is the American Revolution being sucked down our national memory hole. Reflections of an Old Man upon the New Year. No two people who believe in God picture him, her, it the same way. That's either the flaw in the system or the beauty of it if you subscribe to faith, no matter how blind, I might add. Creationists such as those aside, this brings me to the origins of the universe, aka the Big Bang. ChatGPT informed me, open quote, think of the Big Bang like lighting a sparkler. Before you light it, there's no light, no sparks, just potential energy in the unlit sparkler. Then, boom, the spark ignites and everything begins. Close quote. ChatGPT could just as easily have used the analogy of a bomb, but it's probably programmed itself to be non-controversial. How about this? God is just an arsonist who lit the fuse of the Big Bang and, as arsonists do, has spent eons watching the fireworks from the geologic to the interpersonal in utter fascination. Here's another chilling thought to add to a season of chilling thoughts. We now have a president who is committed to advancing the interests of corporations, including health insurance. Also, he still dreams of ending the Affordable Care Act. In addition, he seeks to narrow access to Medicaid and privatize Medicare even more than it is. Nor are we likely to see relief with the price of prescription drugs. Trump has already rescinded Biden's executive order lowering the cost of prescription drugs for those enrolled in Medicare. In other words, much as we struggle with the impersonal Byzantine nature of health insurance, this may be the best we will ever have it, or at least unworst anyway. Recently, Trump introduced a cryptocurrency token depicting him after the July assassination attempt. It's already worth some ungodly sum for no reason that anyone outside the field could begin to fathom. Between buying his crypto, his Truth Social shares, and his NFT trading cards, generational wealth, baby. Ugh. The New York Times reports, quote, the move by Mr. Trump and his family was immediately condemned by ethics lawyers who said they could not recall a more explicit profiteering effort by an incoming president, close quote. Close quote. Under the new reality, this sounds quaint, almost hopelessly old-fashioned in its faith in and adherence to principles. Like, who cares about that stuff anymore? Let's try a different approach. Our bank accounts. At the New Republic, Jason Lincolns writes, quote, we're probably now at the threshold of the first big crash of the crypto grift industry and the first big government bailout of those crooks, close quote. Final note, Trump is calling the token $Trump. Why not just cut to the chase and call him President T Money? Second only to 9/11 in its shock, January 6 has joined it as the only dates memorialized in recent history. To this day, I continue to wonder why it didn't resonate with more Americans. Quinta Jurasik of the website Lawfare pointed out something that I and others who have puzzled over this might have missed. I edited her words slightly. Quote, not seeing haste on the part of the legal system, unquote, the Biden administration's Justice Department to be exact, that is, not seeing haste on the part of the legal system to treat Mr. Trump's abuse of power as a matter worthy of condemnation, voters could be forgiven if they concluded that January 6th must not have been such a big deal. Well, I'll see you next time.